Hello there. Thank you for showing up with Shell. I've been thinking, so I'm back. Sometimes I wait and let my mind, feed me more, right? Close my eyes and listen. Let God feed me more. But anyway, sometimes I feel as parents, we can give our kids the impression that if they follow our directions and they listen to us, that they won't fail. And sometimes your child might do something, my child might do something, and then they might not get it right. And I might have said, you don't listen. And think about that. Listening is not a vaccine against failure. Listening might be a vaccine against ignorance, but there is no cure for failure. And it's not an ailment that we should be trying to avoid. And in fact, failure is an integral part in the life cycle of making choices, of making decisions. It's at the heartbeat of most of life's greatest contributions. Now, just like you can't walk before standing, failure it's like a developmental stage that a lot of us are just trying to avoid, and giving off the impression to our children that in some way, if they do something, A, B, C, they can avoid it too. And they can't. Failure is the work. That's it. Failure is the work. It's about getting back up, right? It's uncomfortable. It is exhausting. It can be painful in a lot of different ways, right? But a lot of things that matter often are. And the major thing that matters is you and how we project those fears, or that fear of failure. That's really a fear of self, right? Sometimes we're trying to protect our children from our own fears, and we need to stop that. And what we can focus on is just instilling in our children the values and the character traits that build a great self-esteem, like a safety net for them, right? A safety net, a trampoline, so that when they fail, which they will, they can bounce back up, right? That they know how to get back up. When they come to us with an idea, we encourage them to try it. Don't filter it through don't analyze it through your own filter, failure and everything else. Don't think, I don't know. No, when they come to you with ideas, tell them to try it. It's not the end product, right? It's the scenic route. As a matter of fact, go with them. Help them. Most ideas that come into our mind are asking to be acknowledged, asking to be planted. And fear is nothing more than a reel, REEL, right? Of future unknowns just waiting to devour us, right? We need to teach our children to live in this moment right here. We need to teach them to live in this moment and enjoy this moment. Life is not about working towards. Life is about living in. Life is not about working towards most of the time. It's about living in. And if you're one of those people, because I am sometimes, where you're just all over the place, we're all over the place because we're not living here in this moment. The only moment that we actually know that we have control over, right? We're living towards something. Don't stop. And let's stop giving that to our children. Let's give them a more stable base, right? The gift of the present, living in, playing here. Two words that come to mind, fear and death, right? I feel like we use those words out of the context of the reality that most of us are living in, right? It's that if you know whose you are, then you know that death is not final. And you know also that fear should never be given the majority vote. When it comes to our children, we need to stand down sometimes. We need to stand down and we need to let them make as many mistakes as they possibly can so they can learn to get back up. The lesson often is not when you're falling. The lesson is in getting back up. And every time your superpower matures every time you get back up. Failure is the art of getting back up gracefully. I work at this, at not allowing that as parents, when we don't allow our own ego to inhibit our child from living their own journey. As parents, we are caretakers. We are not creators. And we need to let the creator, God, right, worry about the masterpiece that is your child, that is my child. And we need to focus on being that person, that example that believes wholeheartedly. The greatest example for them of I believe in you. That no matter who's walking around them, no matter what society is saying to them, no matter what different people and influencers and things of that nature, whatever messages they're being sent, we need to be the people showing up in our children's lives that they are getting the message, I believe in you. I will be here no matter what. I will be here when you fail. I will smile when you fly, and that they should know that life is worth every uncertain moment. It's worth every uncertain moment. That they should breathe with intention. They should pray with the certainty of the outcome. We say that you should we say, oh, you should dream big, and you should set uncomfortable goals. I think that we should teach our children to set goals that scare them to death. Scary goals, right? I think they should move towards them and teach them not to kill the messenger. We're the messenger, right? We set goals for ourselves and we need to move towards them, and don't set goals that, let the goal scare you. Let you think you might fail. That's okay. You get further, right? But we also have to believe in our children, and we have got to believe and that it's okay for them to fail too, that that's a part of their journey, and that we cannot save them. Not from that. That's a part of their growth, but we will be there. Failure. I look at failure. I broke it down for myself. I said, failure. What is it? Failure is forget all inconceivable limitations. You are enough. Failure. That's my new acronym. Forget all inconceivable limitations. You are enough. You're enough. You were enough when you got here. Your children are enough. They were enough when they got here. You know, Choma came in and she was talking to me today, and she told me, she said, Mama, I don't know what I want to be, who I want to be when I grow up. You know, I don't know what I want to do. And I said, you know what, Choma? I said, you have a long time. I said, you're going to have a lot of experiences that'll guide you in what you want to do. I said, but I want to tell you today that you don't have to worry about who you're going to be, because who you are, that's who you are, right? You're not going to become something. You are who you are. When God puts you here, He puts you here intentionally as you, right? So now you just want to be the best you. And whatever you do, filter it through that, right? I want our children to, number one, believe in themselves. I want parents to believe in our kids, right? And cut the filter. No filter. Oh, I'm looking at so-and-so, and this would be a good step for you to take. And if you do this, you know, a lot of people have been successful in this area, and I'm not sure if that's the longevity of. Stop it. Let them take the scenic route. Let them go on the journey. Let them fail. Let them find out. Let them find out that they might be right. Let them find out that they might be right. And if they don't find out that, they'll find out that they're closer, right? Anyways, I'm going off on a tangent. Thank you for showing up with Shell.